Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Thursday edition of the Orange and Brown Talk podcast. Dan Labbe with Mary Kay Cabot and Ashley Bastock. We're going to our football insiders again today, our texters to get questions. I asked for fill in the blank questions, and so we've got a number of them here. The surprise here is I'm kind of reading these at the same time that I'm reading them to Mary Kay and Ashley. I'm getting like a little bit of a preview because I have to look through them, but I didn't collect them before we went. So we're all sort of winging it here. Bill Barron from Indianapolis, though, there were a couple of variations of this question. We're going to ask Bill's version. The Browns will win blank number of games if Deshaun Watson is statistically a top 10 quarterback. There's a second part to this, too, but we're going to do the first part first. The Browns will win blank number of games if Deshaun Watson is statistically a top 10 quarterback. Mary Kay, what do you think?
The first thing that comes to my mind is 10. If he's a top 10 quarterback, I think they can win 10 games and go 10-7. And if they do that, they can challenge for the playoffs. And I actually think that is where the bar is set. That should happen. They should be able to do that. If they can't do that, then something has gone gravely wrong. So 10 comes to mind. I'm sticking with that.
Yeah, Ashley, if you're getting top 10 quarterback play, you should make the playoffs. There's no I think the playoffs should be the expectations anyway. I agree there. But if you're getting top 10 quarterback play, you definitely, something is wrong if you're not making the playoffs. So what's your answer to this one? What's your fill in the blank?
My first response was also 10. It was also 10, as you can see, I have it written down in my little notes. I don't know why, it's like double-digit wins just came to mind, and with that probably comes, at least a wild card appearance. You would expect it to go that way. I think if you're getting quarterback play that is that good, considering all the other areas on this team, especially that the Browns have addressed, I then would expect automatically playoffs. If he's playing at that high of a level, that means I'm guessing then that things all around him are just sort of clicking.
Okay, I'm going to go a little bit higher. I'm going to say if they're getting top 10 quarterback play from Deshaun Watson, I think they should win not super. I'm not going 13 games, but I think they should win in the 11 to 12 range. If you're getting that type of play from him, you should be able to go win your division. I think with all the investments you've made on the defensive side of the ball, if the offense is complementing the defense like that, and if he's playing top 10, you're scoring points, you're moving the football, I don't think it's unrealistic to expect them to win 11 to 12 games in that case. And if they don't, I think it will be maybe because some of these investments in the defense didn't work out. Is that too high, Mary Kay?
Well, you know what, Dan, while you're talking, I was just going to look up where Deshaun Watson finished in 2020 when he was, when he led the NFL with 4,800 yards. Now, he was second in the NFL in rating, only to Aaron Rodgers with a 112.4 rating. He had 33 touchdowns and 7 interceptions that year only. And when you look at the Houston Texans record, I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I'm going to look it up. I think it was 4 victories or something like that. So I don't know that, that whether or not you're, it was 4-12. I don't know whether or not being a top 10 quarterback is necessarily going to equate to wins. Now, I do think in this case, in the case of Deshaun and the Cleveland Browns, that it will translate to, to a larger number of victories because they have so many other good things going on around them. They're going to have a much better defense, I think, than they had last year. They've got a good receiving core and so many other things that are good, but so many things that were better than what the Texans had in 2020. But the point is, top 10 quarterback doesn't necessarily equate to victories.
Yeah, that's true. It's just I think this Browns team is better equipped than that Texans team was, though, to win with it. Like that Texans team was, without pulling up the roster, that had to be the worst Texans team that he played with while he was there. He had some talented teams while he was there. That was not one of them. And I just think this is a more talented football team. So I would have to imagine, we're all sort of, if 10 is the floor and 11 or 12 is the ceiling, there's not a ton of variance there. But I think the expectations should be really high if he is, that good of a quarterback.
Yeah, I think so too. The expectation.